A good intro, I think, can tell the story of the album.
I mean, a good intro should let you know what you're in for.
Now, if you got an album that's coming from left field, you gotta have an intro that's coming from left field. If you MOP and you hard, you better have a hard intro. If you 8-ball MJG and you smooth, you better have a smooth intro.
If your album is rhyming about talking some street shit, having a fucking clown intro your album, that ain't, you know, that's stupid, you know? But if your shit is on some old 2 Live Crew, Akinelli shit, a bitch giving you brain in the beginning of your album that you taped live, that shit is funny as hell and that shit fits perfectly.
If there's some point in that album that you were really gonna throw people off, you need to go ahead and get that out the way.
My name is Tone. This is Ch.4 Manor. I'm going to show you track by track a lot of the things that went into the production of each song, because there's a lot of stuff that you may miss on your first listen. So next time you listen to the record after you watch this, you may have a different idea of it. So let's listen. With Archetype, I wanted people to know off the bat that this is not going to be a typical hip-hop record. So I made a decision to not rhyme on the first track. We can kind of see how it's put together. There's a lot of layering of vocals. So we start off with this basic looping hum. The second hum comes in. There's a third hum. Now a fourth hum. Okay, and then the piano comes in. Now this is a piano that I'm gonna solo now. It's very melancholy. I wanted the record to essentially meet end to end, where the front matched the end of the record. You know what I'm saying? So it's a loop. So if you listen to the record all the way through, from beginning to end, it essentially loops, because the end of Gathered is a singing choral thing that I do here. You know what I'm saying? And they meet in the middle. So that's why I call it Overture, because it really sets the tone for the record. The first thing you hear is actually just about every song in the album has some form of singing, piano, classical music element to it. You know what I'm saying? So this is important for me to have this kind of piano. I wanted to have like sort of like I like the choir feel, the hand claps. You know what I'm saying? Because like a real snare wouldn't have made it the same. Originally it had a different snare, like a harder trash can snare, and I just like the clap feel to it because it sounded more human, you know? And the human element is really what this album is about. Every track is very human. A lot of organic humanity in each song, you know? I have a lot of effects and stuff, especially on the vocal tracks. I like to have that spacious feel. So if you listen to some of the stuff without the effect, especially the middle part, it's still lush. A lot of my inspirations for a lot of the music comes from shit that I listen to normally. Hip hop is my first love, and it's the music that I listen to from when I was a little kid to now. You know, as you get older, and as a producer, you want to listen to more shit. So now that it's 2005, the music has not evolved since '97. I'm just like, ever since Biggie died and Pac died, the hand of time just kind of stayed, hit and repeat. Everybody's doing the same shit. It's really important that we get back to the focus on the album in hip-hop music, because I think a lot of it's been lost because it's a singles-driven market, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's caught up in gotta make that banger, every track, okay, that's cool, you know, listen to Sessions album. What about music when you're fucking depressed, you know? What if I want to listen to hip-hop music when I'm having the worst day of my life, you know? I don't want to hear Up in the Club, you know what I'm saying, when I'm having a really hard time. Archetype is a record that will accommodate any mood you have. If you want to, if you're feeling a little brolic, whatever, you got tracks for that. You know what I'm saying? You can smash it to certain songs on this album. You can cry to certain songs on this album. There's songs in this album that'll make you call that ex-girlfriend from 5 years ago because you missed that bitch. It's multifaceted, and that's what a great album is to me. Overture really says all of that without words.